I've got to apologize, especially to you, Diana, if you're watching. About 5 months ago, I made a video answering this question about a retiring couple. But many of you asked, okay, but what if I'm single? So let's find out. We're going to delete Joe from this scenario, but keep everything else the same. Let's assume just Jessie has $1 million saved and she's going to receive CPP and OAS. She's going to stay in her home and she still wants to spend $100,000 a year in retirement. And just like before, we don't assume that her spending stays flat or increases evenly with inflation. We model it based on how research shows retirees actually spend. And then we adjust this for inflation. So her spending goes from this to look more like this. So how much do you think that Jessie can sustainably spend? Let's find out. And if you're new here, my name's Riley. I'm a CPA and financial planner in Canada. And yes, before you ask, we account for taxes, inflation, CPP timing, and which accounts to draw from and when. Everything. Using retirement planning software, we can simulate the next 35 years to age 95. And while Jessie may not live that long, mortality tables from Financial Planning Standards Canada shows that a 60-year-old female has a 25% probability of living to age 96. We then input our spending goal, $100,000 a year, her investment accounts, her CPP, her OAS, and we simulate the next 35 years running tax returns on a year-by-year basis. And the result, drumroll, Jessie can sustainably spend $56,000 a year. That amount would draw her assets down to zero by age 95. Now, if we compare that to when Joe was included in the plan, the last video, the sustainable spending was $78,000 a year. So even with the same amount of savings, a couple can spend $22,000 a year more. Why the difference? There's three big reasons. The first is we have two people receiving CPP and OAS now, so double the government benefits. Second, we now have two sets of tax brackets to work with, meaning less taxes because the effective tax rate for the household is going to be lower. And three, couples have access to other tax saving strategies like pension splitting and CPP sharing. So here's my takeaways. First, it doesn't really seem fair. And if you agree, there's actually a group called Single Seniors for Tax Fairness. It turns out there's a financial benefit to having a partner. And if you are single, maybe it's worth finding a tax partner instead of a romantic partner. I wonder if anyone has done that. And lastly, if you're married, if you have someone in your life, maybe be extra kind this week. Be extra grateful because you're getting a nice tax break just for being together.